Bonjour, como se va? And it is me, PG, on the show Radio PG, and today I'm joined by very, very special guest, the man, the myth, the learner, Damian Turner.
I don't know if I'm a myth, but okay. I'm a man for sure.
No, you're real. You're more official than a ref with a whistle.
I mean, I'm a unicorn for a nigga.
I do like that. I like that. So obviously we know your name's Damian Turner, but how long have you been doing stand-up, Damian?
The first time I did stand-up was in March of 2016. Mm-hmm. So it's been a little over 2 years. The first time I did it. I've been doing it seriously about a year and a half.
So for about a year and a half, you can actually call yourself
call myself a comic, yeah.
Right. Because I remember when I first started doing comedy, I didn't tell people I was a comedian. I said I did it.
Right, yeah. I did stand up a couple times. People were like, "Oh, you're a comedian." I'm like, no, I did open mic once.
Right.
Some people laughed. I might try to become a comedian now.
It's like, I had sex with a chick one time, and she gave me $20. And somebody was like, "What? So you a prostitute?" I mean, no.
I mean, on technicality.
I mean, slick.
Right.
Like, not major, like a ho-ho.
I moonlight, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I open for hoes.
You a opener?
There's my pen. I am a hopener.
You can keep that, yeah.
I'm taking that. Appreciate that. Put that in caps. When do you usually do your stand-up? Like, is there a certain night of the week that you're primarily, like, that's my comedy night or anything?
I mean, every night is comedy night, except for, like, the one night of the week that I'm like, no more! I need to go home and watch stand-up instead of watching it out places, because I'm obsessed. Yeah, I can't stop. If I'm, like, if people tell me, they're like, hey, man, you gonna burn out? I'm like, I don't know. I like to watch nothing but comedy podcasts all the time.
I'm consumed by comedy, is what I tell people. That's all I think about. Whenever I'm not doing comedy, like I'm at work, I have a comedy book that I take with me at work. People are like, what are you doing? I said, being better than you.
Yep. I got two comedy books on me right now. I have one in my back pocket and I have one in my backpack.
I'm strapped.
Yeah,
always.
Straight. Nigga, stay strapped. But my main day is probably Monday, just because I'm always here at the Laughing Skull. I run the open mic on Monday nights, which is cool. I'm not hosting, so you won't see me. I'm not the guy on the stage like, give it up for your next, but I am on the God mic and I run the lights and sound and all that stuff.
Okay.
And part of my deal is I get to perform on my own open mic, so that's the one day, that's for sure. That's surefire. Every day, every Monday I'll be here.
You got any other shows coming up this week then? Or any
so it's a smaller show and they kind of mix it with an open mic, but like Tuesday I'll be at Noni's, I'm booked there, and then I'm the resident this month at Laughing Skull. This is the last weekend of my residency, so I'll be on all the shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And I'm talking to Rodney right now. It's not penned yet.
Star Bar?
But about Star Bar next Monday, so a week from today.
God, I remember it took me like 3 months to get on at Star Bar. And I don't know if you know her name is Nima?
Yeah.
Nima Cat?
Yeah.
Nima, I saw her post a thing on Instagram and it was like, first time to Star Bar. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, how long did you wait? Like I called her, she was like, oh, I didn't wait. I walked in and was like, can I perform? He said, yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, word? She's like, yeah, it's amazing what you can get through when you got a smile and a fat ass.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I have neither.
I mean, my ass is fat for a guy, but I just don't know if that's the one he's looking for.
Right.
I think my hair to skin ratio is a little heavier on the hair side than he's comfortable with.
Maybe I should just throw it at him. I can honestly say I have never been like, Rodney, look at my ass.
Look at my booty.
Right, like, bro, look at this. You gotta get me on that stage, family. But
Rodney's cool people.
Oh yeah.
He was actually the first person in Atlanta I talked to about doing stand-up. So I used to work at a little hookah store over on Moreland, a little 5 Points, where the other Vortex is that doesn't have the comedy club in it.
Right.
I knew that he was doing Star Bar over there, and a couple of people had kind of mentioned to me, like, man, you kind of seem like maybe you should do stand-up, and I'd always thought about it. I've been a musician my whole life, and I've always thought about stand-up. I grew up, huge fans of Sinbad and Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. I grew up watching Def Comedy Jam when that was the big thing.
Martin and Chris
Martin, yeah.
Chris Tucker.
And then I remember Man, I remember sneaking and watching In Living Color when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to watch it. I wasn't allowed. But Homie the Clown.
Homie don't play that.
Homie don't play that. I remember him whipping the kids. I didn't even play that shit on TV right now.
I used to hit so many people with socks. Like, you know, I would put like oranges in there.
Yeah.
Or like 2 rolled up socks and then just spin it around, get it hella heavy at the bottom.
Homie don't play that.
Miss Guyton, yes. Your son is in the principal's office. Like, why? The teacher told him to do his homework, and he hit her in the head with a sock and said, "Homie, don't play that."
Don't play that. And that's why I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Right.
But so I had spoken to
Rodney.
You know, this was maybe a year before I was at Laughing Skull the first time, and I was like trying to get in there, and he was asking me, "Have you done it before?" I'm like, I mean, sort of, kind of. I'm like, I used to just start telling jokes before music shows. I used to host concerts and stuff like that in Miami when I was living there, and in Philly when I lived there. And yeah, I would just kind of naturally, you know, I have stories that I would tell over and over again, and jokes that I would do, and you know, and I would get laughs even at like metal shows and shit, where there's always one like, "Shut up and fucking song." And then I'd get laughs and whatever, and so it was cool. He was just here on Saturday, and he saw my set, and he kind of came up and he was like, "Hey,
that's what's up.
Let's get you up a Star Bar." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah." So
Rodney and our story was a little different. It was not glorious. Rodney's usually baked as a loaded potato.
This is
like any and every time you see him. So I remember the first time I went to Star Bar, my buddy was like, "You gotta talk to Rodney, you gotta meet him, he's gonna talk to you, whoop-de-whoop." I went up, was like, "Yo, Rodney, Silver Spoon Coon." That's how I used to go by, and he was like, "Bah." He like, "That's funny."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get on the stage." He's like, "You ever perform here?" I was like, "No." He's like, "You ain't gonna perform here yet." He's like, "Go have a seat, I'm gonna talk to you." He came by, he was like, "All right, look, my homie Jarrell Ledger, Goofy." Jarrell was like, "You gotta make that nigga laugh.
Yeah.
When he sits down, you gotta make him laugh."
Yeah.
He's like, "If you don't, he's not gonna fuck with you."
Nah.
He's not gonna say, "Make me laugh" either.
No.
And I was like, okay.
He's gotta be a funny type of dude.
Yeah, so he sat down, like 2 people went on stage. I don't remember what the fuck I said, but he started dying laughing. And he was like, "All right, man, you fucking hilarious, man. I'm gonna talk to you." He gave me the number. It was like, call Thursday, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I set an alarm. I called Thursday. Didn't get through on time. He was like, "List is full, brother." And I was like, "Cool." I called for like a month. I still went every Monday, just to talk to him and stuff. And then I saw that chick Nima. She went on. She said she didn't call or anything. I'm not gonna lie. I was pissed. I was more upset than Permit Patty seeing all these black kids selling candy and shit on the street. I was like, "Oh, what?" It was Tuesday, and I called Rodney at 3. I called. I was like, "Rodney, baby." And he was like, "Who is this?" I was like, "Silver Spoon Coon." Like he's never heard me say that before. And he was like, "Have you ever performed Star Bar?" I was like, "Rodney, we've had this conversation 6 times. I can tell you 6 of your jokes." I was like, "Remember that time you said you used to work at a strip club and you said you were done with it because you had to help an old stripper find her uppers?" And that's the upper row of her teeth. And she lost them in the bathroom giving a guy a blowjob. And this was in those bathrooms that didn't even have stalls. It was just like that long tub.
Oh, that is woo.
And he said, "You don't even wash that out. You just rinse it down with hot water." And he said he was rinsing it and he found her uppers. And he said, "The moment I reached down in there and picked it up and handed it to her, she just blew on it and put it back in her mouth." That's when I knew I was done.
Man.
So he laughed. He was like, "That's a good story." And I was like, "You told me that story."
Yeah, that was your story, right?
And he was like, right. And he said, "You got any videos of your shit?" And I said, "Plenty." And I said, "I have a whole YouTube channel." So I sent him a couple of links, and he was like, "All right, bet. I'm gonna watch him. If you ain't funny, I'm not calling you back." 2 days went by. I was a little nervous. So I called him. It was Thursday at 4. You gotta call at 5. And I was like, "Rodney, you seen the video?" "Nah." I was like, "Can you watch it?" "Yeah." I was like, "Cool. If you don't laugh in the first 2 minutes, I will never call you again." I was actually here at Laughing Skull Lounge video. I sent it to him. He called me back in 6 minutes. I was looking at my phone and he was like, "Bro, that shit was hilarious. I saw the whole thing."
Hey.
And I was like, "Thank you." He was like, "Look, I'm gonna book you June 25th. I remember the day and I was like, I went there, fuck that stage up. I came out there dancing like doing a shoot. Nobody danced with me or even did the shoot noise. I was like, no. Silence. I was like, "Anybody play Fortnite?" A couple people were like, "Yeah," and I was like, I started doing a little Carlton dance, and they laughed, and I was like, "Coonery's over." You ain't gonna get the nigga dancing no more. But like, yeah, that was.
Is the coonery ever over?
It's never over. No. But why are you still doing stand-up comedy?
Because it's man, this almost sounds sad now that I'm thinking about this coming out of my mouth. It is the first thing in my life that has consistently really worked. And it's something that it's been in the background that I've thought about forever, for years. And, I've had little opportunities and things here and there. The music thing is like, I've, taken a couple steps forward, a few steps back. I got a little deal, put some record out, and then got held back, whatever. And I like being on stage. I love performing. It's the only place where I really feel like myself. Mm-hmm. And honestly, what comedy affords me the ability to do is to be truthful and not hold any of myself back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I keep doing comedy for my sanity.
I believe it. I'm not gonna lie. I remember the first time you did stand-up and I was watching you, I was like, bro, this nigga is saying things that people should not say. It's like you were dropping like the racist jokes full of white people. You were dropping the church jokes and like people were wearing crucifixes. You were talking about like abortions and shit. I was like, bro, first time this nigga's lit. It's like your first time having sex and you put a thumb in the girl's butt.
Right.
He's fucking ready. I don't need to tell him shit.
I appreciate that, man.
You know what I mean? Pun intended. What was your most memorable bomb?
It was actually pretty recently.
No.
It was pretty recently, yeah. It was during my residency, too, actually. Oh. And, and this is what, to preface this is one of the things I really enjoy about comedy is that if you take it this way, there's a book I like a lot, and it was actually lent to me by the guy that owns this place, Marshall. He's a super cool guy. He lent me this book, The Tao of Comedy. It's written by Bobby Oliver. She used to be on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and she's a great comic. And she says in there that there's two ways to go about comedy. And you can, two types of processes that comedy can be. You can do comedy for the fame and money and all that stuff and whatever, trying to get in trying to get in the industry and for your persona and all that shit. And that is the way to misery.
Yeah.
Or you can do it to find and fully express your true self. And regardless of whatever else happens, that becomes this kind of spiritual path, right?
Yeah.
So when you take it that way, your shortcomings or your fall, when you fall in comedy, it can kind of alert you to personality flaws. So that's what this was. This was a day like that, okay? And so I'm up here, I'm on the stage, it was a Sunday, and it was a small crowd, and there was a brother in the front row, right in the front right seat, stage right over here in the front. And he was doing what I like to call positive heckling. Supportive heckling.
Yeah.
But where you can really tell it's like you're not really being supportive, you're just kind of trying to be in the show. Yeah. And for whatever reason, it just got me mad. He was just doing like, yeah, alright, I'm with it. Yeah, let's get it.
Shut the fuck up.
And that was what I said to him before I finished my first joke. Because I was literally, I'm in the middle of my first joke. I'm in my opening bit, and I'm like, yeah, my name is Damian, I'm from here. And he's like, I'm good with it. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Can you shut the fuck up now? Shut the fuck up. Seriously, nope, just shut. He's like, hey, now nobody ain't even laughing. I'm like, that's great. Shut the fuck up. And then I turn back, I'm like, so hey guys, my name is Damian, and blah, blah, blah. And I look in, and everyone's just like, oh. I look at one guy, I'm like, what, I go too hard on this guy? And he's like, what? And I'm like, do I really look threatening, really? Like, come on now.
And I feel like, I don't know, I bombed, I guess, in smaller rooms. And it's hard to tell, you bombed, but how much you bombed or how hard you bombed when it's a small room. Because I actually went to Derek Tennant?
Yeah.
He had a stroke and he can only use his right side. And he always makes those all right jokes. He says the best joke he's ever said that I always fucking laugh at. He goes, I'm tired of these women talking about they're looking for Mr. Right. I was like, oh, I'm laughing. Man. But I remember it made me feel a little uncomfortable laughing at it. But then I thought about it. I was like, you're at a comedy club.
The one making the joke?
He's the one telling the joke.
Right.
There are times I've told jokes and people didn't laugh. I knew they wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's like they didn't.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like you have to say this, but sometimes I should. Anything and everything I say, it is perfectly fine to laugh at.
Oh, every once in a while I have that. Well, sometimes I'm just making fun of myself and being making fun of my own haircut, and people are kind of like, ooh, and I'm like, it's okay, I know what I look like. I'm the one that keeps cutting this shit in the stupid fucking pattern.
Whenever I take off my hat, people see the fucked up hairline. I know my hairline's fucked up. Whenever I take my hat off, people are just like, ooh. They don't even say anything. They just collectively make a noise. It's just like a choir.
It's like sometimes people trying to be nice are way more mean than if they would just tell you what the fuck.
Yeah. It's like, I have a question like that too. People give me strange compliments. It's like, that is not the worst fucking hairline I've ever seen in my life.
Oh man.
No, your dick's not the smallest thing I've ever seen.
And the fucked up shit I get is like people always trying to equate me with whatever black celebrity has the haircut closest to the one I have at the time. When I first shaved my mohawk, this is about 10 years ago now, 8 or 9 years ago now, when I first shaved it, and it was still short and sticking straight up, and white dude just comes to me like, hey man, hey, you look exactly like Mr. T. Do I really?
That's
Do I really look exactly like Mr. T?
I pity the fool.
I was like, sir, you a racist. You a racist, and I pity your mother for raising you wrong.
Sir,
Treat your mother right.
Or else I'm gonna treat her right.
Did you know? Okay, well, I was researching to do that joke, and I actually found a video on YouTube. It's a music video called "Treat Your Mother Right," and it's Mr. T rapping.
No.
And this is like '88, so he's like old school rapping on the beat like this. You know, and he has like 3 white women who are like his housewife honeys backup dancers, and they're all doing. There's no choreography. They're all doing different dances
at different times.
He's reading cue cards. Treat your mother right.
Tonight.
She make you breakfast in the morning and tuck you in at night.
Yeah.
Treat you. I'm like, wow.
And you could not stop watching it.
Amazing. I watched it like 4 times. I was laughing so hard the whole time.
But have you ever been booed?
I have been booed. I've only been booed once. This was my second most memorable. This may be a more memorable bomb, but it was okay. The last one I just remember after talking to that guy, there was no laughs after that. It was for sure my biggest bomb.
Oh.
There was nothing. The time I got booed was the first time I played a black room.
Pause. Black people will boo you for anything.
I started off with my intro, which maybe at the time had the term racially beige in it, which is maybe not the thing. Just maybe not the thing to call yourself to a room full of black people in Atlanta. I know. Again, I know I'm joking, but like, you mean that shit, don't you? You trying to be beige? You don't want to be black? You ain't even really black anyway.
Slick happened to me the same way.
So I'm doing these jokes and I'm not getting laughs. A couple chuckles here and there. They're looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing right now? And I'm like, quick, get to the black jokes, right? And that's what I do about the Confederate monuments. But at the time, the misdirect was I was like, I don't think we should take the monuments down. I get it. Let's just put up some monuments of black people. And it was immediately boo.
Damn.
From the DJ.
Damn.
On the stage. You know how bad it feels to have a boo scratched on your ass. By like a D-list, no-name fucking DJ too. Still on turntables.
And it just carries.
Some old nigga in the back talking about boo. And so I'm trying to get through the joke. Every tagline, boo, boo, boo. I'm like, God damn, I had a personal crisis after this fucking show.
Man.
Oh my
was
God. This was at, and it wasn't even really like a black room. This was open mic at Apache, of all places.
Apache Cafe?
Apache Cafe. And so I'd been there before, that's the thing, is I wasn't prepared. I'd been there for other stuff. So I used to date a girl who did who modeled over there. We would go and do like the figure drawing days and stuff, and I'd hang out with her. I've been there for, art contests and music open mics and all sorts of little cool, cute little fun stuff. And it's usually pretty mixed. And I'm like, cool, there's gonna be some black folks there and some alternative people. No, it was all black folks. This is what I'm telling you, where the host liner did 20 minutes on y'all go to church. When y'all church, when we church, when you church. And when church is when you be at church talking about this is church. I was like, oh, this is going to go bad.
It's going to go so bad.
I did not go to church.
I barely know Jesus.
I mean, I know him, but, he owes me some child support is what I'm saying. Like,
I tell people this. They're like, you believe in Jesus? I'm like, yeah, it's just mine ain't white. They're like, what do you mean? I said, I believe in Jesus, but I believe in black Jesus. I'm like, because, he's never here.
Right, exactly.
He's always like, blessings come in abundance.
Uh-huh.
But I was just wondering, well, you answered that. You ever been booed at a black comedy club?
Yeah.
Yes.
The only time I've ever been booed was at a black comedy club.
Yeah, but like I said, I saw this on Instagram and this shit had me in tears. It was like black people will literally boo you or make fun of you / roast you for anything. And it was like, look at this nigga trying to lose weight.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, that's part of
fat bottom lip head ass nigga.
That's just part of the master plan. We gotta tear each other down for anything and everything.
Look at this nigga eating fruit.
Right. Look at this nigga.
Low vitamin intake ass nigga.
Look at this nigga reading.
Bruh, you know we used to get killed for being able to read.
And isn't it funny that we're all so trained that we keep each other in check with that shit now? Mm-hmm. There's a saying that I have that I like a lot. I said it earlier today to an Uber driver because I be having the blackest conversations with Uber drivers. I get in and they're like, I don't know about you. By the time I leave, they're like, hey, bro, hey,
right,
hey, all right, hey, stay up, man. Hey, you finna make it, dog. This nigga finna make it, man. Hey, this guy got a piece of like.
They start telling everybody.
I'm like, hey, nigga, chill. We in the West End. Right.
Making all these.
Hey, this nigga out here getting that money, cuz. I'm like, whoa, hey,
whoa. Let me ask you this though: do you still get nervous before you perform?
Every time.
Same.
Every time.
I get the Eminem. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, like the whole bit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Cap actually told me this. He was like, he gets nervous, but he believes that nerves manifest themselves in 2 ways: physically, or he said like in your mind.
Yeah.
So like some people, they may not sound nervous at all, but you look in their handshake.
Yeah. A lot of comics I notice have this.
Or like
on stage.
I pace.
Yeah.
Like when I've been trying not to do it. There have been times I've tried to like just leave the mic where it is and stand there and do it. And then sometimes I'll just come out, grab the mic, and I'll just start kicking the cord or, fucking around with I do something with my hands when I'm like kind of scrambling my brain for material.
I have to be careful not to like shift my shoulders.
You're
like I look like I'm uncomfortable with my shirt. Shit too big, cuz.
Like, does this shirt look okay to you guys?
Shirt too big, bro. I think so. I got a large on. I need a medium, bro.
Like, no, this is a medium. That's why this is not working.
Everything is a medium.
But do you have a favorite or like a local comedian or look up to one that you've been doing comedy with?
The Atlanta scene is so good.
Yeah.
People really have chops out here, and I almost feel bad to be like speaking on it from a place of authority because I'm still so new in the scene. So I mean, and this is an easy answer, but Mandel.
Yeah,
Mandel.
Y'all want to hear some fat jokes?
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, because the dude has a natural. So there are three guys. There are three guys specifically in the scene. That I feel like are just natural comedic geniuses. Specifically, and that's and I'm not saying that they're necessarily like the most seasoned comics, or they do like the top level work all the time or whatever, but they just have their own kind of comedic language that like you have to kind of switch into their way of thinking, and the moment you do, they just have you with this weirdness, and that's Matt Peshney, Mandel, and Patrick Dalton.
God, Patrick fucking kills me.
He's unbelievable.
Oh my god.
It's unbelievable. and like, it's because it's his act is so risky. It's so far out there.
Yeah.
And he has like, and honestly, I'd say this about all three of those guys, is that all three of them have just this kind of innate sense of just oddness that kind of works for them.
Yeah.
And it's cool to watch all three of them in three completely different ways kind of develop that into like a working, mobile stage show. And all three of them are good dudes too.
Yeah. I remember the first time I met Patrick was at Star Bar. I don't even think he was performing. Like, we were just in a green room, like, smoking whatever. And he walks in and I was just like, And he was like, yeah, sure, dude. We talked for a few minutes.
Baby.
Yeah, and then I saw him on stage here. I have never seen him perform stand-up, and it blew my fucking mind.
Unbelievable.
Because he just came out and he was like, "Hey, baby girl. Hey, girl. Hey, baby."
It's like, I don't want to do his material, but oh my god.
Like, that whole bit, I was like crying, laughing. I was like, I did not see that coming out of him at all.
No,
and it was
not at all.
Beautiful.
I just love that if you go anywhere in the city and go, fuck with me, every comic knows exactly who you're talking about. They're like, oh,
fuck
Jesus. Jesus. Are we Daltoning right now? Is that what we're doing? That's what we didn't,
Like, I look up to, or I still look up to him, but I remember Will Foskey.
Oh yeah.
Foskey, when I first did stand up,
was real good.
I bombed at Uptown Comedy Corner. That was my first time bombing, and I went on right after him. And I got off stage. I didn't even look anyone in the eyes when I got off stage. I just knew it was bad. Like, there were only about 20 or 30 people there. I remember my fiance and I walked in. She's half Korean, half Italian, but looks Puerto Rican, but talks white. So when I came in with her, it was just a bunch of old black women. They just turned around and looked and was like, and turned their heads back. And they were like, oh, he in here with that white bitch. This is how they were looking at me. So I get on stage and it's 25 to 30 black women from the ages of 35 to 50. They don't think shit's funny that I had. So I don't even remember what I said. I just bombed. And I remember the DJ started playing crickets.
Wow.
And when I heard the crickets, I laughed and I just said, that's my time. I put the mic down and I walked off. And I left. I didn't leave. I sat in the crowd and my fiance didn't even look at me. She was just like, The only thing they laughed at I said was, I was like, yeah, I'm that black dude that sounds white with a French name that came in with that white bitch. Everybody started laughing. I was like, they were like, ah!
Yeah.
I was like, y'all are racist.
Yeah.
And I saw Foskey again. It was, what the fuck was this place? Jimmy Mac's. It was some place in Canton Road, and he was there. I was like, yeah, you saw me at Uptown? He was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I did see you. Yes. I was like, how was it? He was like, fucking awful. I was like, bad. He said that was probably the worst.
Wow.
I've seen someone do.
Wow.
And I performed at Jimmy Mac's and I did better, I guess. And because he was like, that what you did right there? Way better.
Yeah.
Than he was like, Uptown. Because I saw you at Uptown and I was like, wow, he should never do comedy again. And he said, that was my first thought. Not even a second. Just like that. He's fucking done. You know? And I went by Pierre's car girl and I always make the joke, the Silver Spoon Coon. And he was like, why do you call yourself that? And I was like, because, I'm the nigga from the hood, but I sound white, my education's quite good. And he was like, I feel like the only people who laugh at the Silver Spoon Coon thing are old racist white people. And I don't think you should make old racist white people laugh.
Right, not at you.
Right, and he was like, that's what you're calling yourself the coon.
Yeah.
So if someone was like, hey,
and they also, because they're not going to get the Beano reference either.
They're not.
Not at all.
No. So he was like, if I were you, which I'm not, and if I was, I'd be way funnier. I would drop the Silver Spoon. I was like, thank you,
love that. Don't you love that no comic can give a fucking a genuine compliment to another comic?
Not one.
There's gotta be a burn in there somewhere.
I remember I bombed again at this place called the Strand Theater. I didn't bomb because I was unprepared. I was just too fucking high. I was so bad. Like, I couldn't remember I didn't even remember my intro.
You weren't underprepared, you were just overcooked.
I was swell done, bro. And I got off stage, and Keith Vance was there. He was hosting. I got off stage, and I went outside, lit a cigarette. And Keith comes up, and he goes like this, hey, man. He gave me the elbow.
No!
Don't let this stop you from doing comedy.
Oh, no!
And I was like, I'm trying to take my hand back. He said, Piere, I don't want you to quit after this.
Oh, no.
I was like, did you shake my hand like a pastor?
Oh,
like,
no.
God loves us all.
Oh,
and when he was saying, I was like, you were way better just not shaking my fucking hand.
Oh, my God.
But is there a comedian or an actor or somebody that you would love to work with, or that you would just lose your mind if you saw them in the crowd?
It just happened, although he wasn't in the crowd. Although if I did see him in the crowd, I would absolutely lose my fucking mind. Dave Chappelle was here last Saturday, man.
I missed that. Oh.
I hate to say this out loud, but I feel like I have to. I didn't earn that. I just got lucky.
I didn't earn it, but I took it.
Like, I love it. I get to call home and be like, "Oh yeah, Mom, I'm open for Dave Chappelle." It's like, what? Because she's like, "You're at that point in your career already?"
No.
I just happened to work at the club that he just happened to stop in at.
Right.
And I happened to be on the show because I did earn my residency, so I was on the show, and then since I was there when the list was mailed, hey, can you put me right before Dave Chappelle?
I'm so mad at you now.
If it makes you feel any better, I only got to do about 2.5 minutes before I got on. I'm like, hey, I'm Damian Turner. All right, guys, get ready for Dave Chappelle. All right.
Right. That's it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You did your intro and that was it.
Yeah, I did like the first 2 jokes. I did go out on a laugh, which is all I needed. I mean, I didn't get to meet him. I don't think he saw my set. I know that he heard the laugh as people were doing as he came on or as I came off, but he was pretty fucking drunk, so he may not remember that. I don't know. I hope it happens again. And the other person that was one of my favorites I got to work with It wasn't. I mean, he didn't see me do stand up, but I would freak out if he was in the audience. If Tom Segura was in the audience, I would freak out just getting to work with. And he's such a nice guy, right? And but it's like I feel like I've watched enough of his podcast and just him doing that. I kind of get his mannerisms.
Yeah.
Even though he's a little understated. Mm-hmm. So he was like, the second time I saw him, I was working door. Well, the first time I saw him, I'm working door. He walks up. And I knew he was coming. We heard he was coming. And I'm all ready. I'm hot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to meet Tom Segura. And he walks up and I'm like, oh shit. What up, Jeans? And he was like, hey, nice to meet you, right? Bob walks out, the GM of the club walks up. Hey, I'm Bob. Nice to meet you. Tom, nice to meet you. I'm Bob. And I go, oh, see, that's probably how an adult should greet another adult at work. That's probably how that, instead of, oh shit, what up, Jeans? I mean, he got it.
Yeah.
But then as he was leaving, he was like, hey, see you later, Jeans. And I was like, hey. Right. So he walks up the next time and he's like, hey man, good to see you. Hey Tom, how you doing? Oh, good man. Hey, how's everything going? Now this is clearly a rhetorical question, meant just to be nice. I go, oh man, great. I've just been hitting the open mics a lot and writing every day. And he goes, oh, that's great. And it immediately walks in the bathroom and I'm like, that's so nice of him to
entertain me,
to feign interest for even just half a second.
And I have a feeling his facial expression didn't change at all.
It was the oh, that's great. Like the slight eyebrow raise of like I
and the white
so don't give a shit. Yeah, right. Oh.
That's dope.
But he was still friendly to me after that. I did. He dropped in and did another showcase with us. He did 15 in the middle of the set, and I was running show. And he was like, "Oh, hey man, really good to see you again. And how's everything going? And you still working? You getting up? Okay, good. And so he super nice guy. He really didn't have to even pretend to give a shit, and he took that extra step.
Yeah. Okay. And let me see. We already got the name of the first comedy club. Boom, here at Skull.
Right here at the Skull. You were here.
I was.
You were here. You were the last one on. I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. No, I actually had a really great set.
You had a great set that night.
But I remember I don't like being at the top, like near the bottom of the list, but for some reason I always am. Whatever. But I always have a good show. But I remember like when you got off stage, I was like, yo, that nigga's funny.
We love
our commentators.
We just got a nice middle finger from the peanut gallery.
A nice middle finger. It was crisp. It's like a crisp high five. Like it was like stuck it. And let me ask you this: what's something that you learned from doing stand-up that you wish somebody would have told you?
Well, I learned it from doing stand-up, but somebody did tell it to me, and he's actually another one of the people I look up to in the local scene, which is David Perdue. I love David. Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten to know him super well yet, but just certain people you're around them and you just kind of they read just
you just kind of got a good vibe, good energy.
Well, and he's he was one of the first people I met in the scene here. One of the first people I met in at Laughing Skull when I started coming through and trying to work here and all that stuff. And he sat in on a couple of the comedy classes that I took here when they still did the comedy class here, and he kind of said, he was like, hey man, when you're up on that stage, you don't have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
You don't have to give a fuck. You don't have to give a single shit about anybody judging you.
Nope.
And he looked at me, he goes, I bet people have been judging you your whole life for how you are, haven't they? And I was like, yeah, they have. And he's like, well, when you're up there, you fly the ship and you don't have to give a fuck. And